Hello guys and welcome back to the Brighton career mode here on FC24. Let's get into it. Be sure to go check out the last episode if you haven't already. The views and likes are a little bit lower on that one than they have been recently, so go ahead and go like that video, and go ahead and like this video while you're at it too, and please be sure to hit that subscribe button as well. In the last video, we had a 4-0 win over Southampton to start off the video, a 2-2 draw against Fulham, so we had to do a replay, a 3-2 win against Chelsea in the first leg of the semifinals of the Carabao Cup, a 4-2 win against Everton, and then a 2-0 win in that FA Cup replay to move on to the next round. And up first in today's episode, we have a game against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup semifinal, the second leg of that semifinal against Chelsea in the Carabao Cup. So we're all going to be simulating that game, but we will be getting the month of February and moving on past the January transfer window and facing off against Tottenham in the FA Cup, Tottenham in the league, Leicester in the league, and then Crystal Palace away in the league as well. And if you missed it in the last episode, please be sure to go check that one out. We made a couple of very big moves. We got rid of Evan Ferguson to Manchester City for almost 50 million, and Pervis Estupiñán made his way to Arsenal for over 50 million as well. So now our first order of business in this episode is to bring in Benjamin Sesko. We have him and Matheus Cunha as options to bring in at the striker position, but I think Sesko is going to be the move going forward. He's a little bit younger, and he has a lot more room to grow. Passing and dribbling is a little bit better, but I think we can improve that on Benjamin Sesko pretty quickly. So let's go ahead and approach RB Leipzig to buy him. We are going to go straight in with an offer of 40 million, and they're actually going to accept that immediately. I figured they were going to bargain for at least 45, but they accept 40 million, which is a bargain for Benjamin Sesko. And as you can see up in the top left, we have quite a bit of money to play with, 170 million in the budget. So, and that's already with the 40 million taken out. So we're going to offer him a wage of 75,000 a week and a signing bonus of 700,000, and hopefully he accepts that, and he does. And Benjamin Sesko is going to be a Brighton and Hove Albion player. This is one of the most exciting transfers we've made in this career so far, right up there with Emile Smith-Rowe, who is meeting him at the club. We bring in a very quality replacement for Evan Ferguson, who left to Manchester City. And now we are going to advance a couple of days to this game against Chelsea. We do have a final scout report on Milos Kerkez, and he is a 78 overall, so he is a little bit better of a replacement than Yilmaz would be. And as you can see here, these were the two options that we had for left back, and Yilmaz is only a 77 overall at 23 years old, and it's looking like we can get Kerkez for around 29 million. So I think we're actually going to go after Kerkez instead of Yilmaz. They have very similar stats, but actually Yilmaz is a little bit lower rated in defense and in physicality than Kerkez, so I think Kerkez is going to be a better option. We are going to go straight in for Kerkez with 27 million, right at his market value. Hopefully they don't see that as an insult. They don't, but they ask for a lot more money. And we submit a deal for 31.5 million. We do include that 15% sell-on clause. I honestly don't see us selling him anytime soon, so we're okay with including that clause in there. And we're going to bring him in for 31 million. And here it is, boys. Milos Kerkez, welcome to the squad. I honestly think 31.5 million for Milos Kerkez is going to end up being a steal as well. He is definitely going to grow in overall, being only 21 years old. And we have now made it to this game day against Chelsea. This is the lineup they're going to be going with for this semifinal matchup in the Carabao Cup. All we have to do is draw or get a win, and we will be moving on to the final of the Carabao Cup. And this is the lineup that we're going to be going with. We do have Milos Kerkez and Benjamin Sesko on the bench for this game. If we get past this game and get to the final, we will be playing the final of the Carabao Cup. But let's go ahead and quick sim this game, and let's see what result we get. We get a 1-1 draw, which means we will be going through to the finals of the Carabao Cup, which is very exciting to see. We have the chance to bring in our first trophy for the club. And it looks like we will be playing Liverpool in that final. They beat Millwall 7-2 on aggregate. Not exactly the biggest club they could have gone up against. It looks like Millwall made their way past Spurs in the quarterfinals, which is very interesting to see, but they could not make it past Liverpool, so we will have a very interesting game in the final. And it looks like that final matchup is set for March 1st, so we do have to wait until after this episode to play that game. That will be in the next episode. We'll play Liverpool twice in the next episode, actually, so that'll be very interesting to see what goes on in that game. But we have now made it to transfer deadline day after that Chelsea game, and there is one move I still want to make. I still want to bring in a midfielder, and these are the three options we have in midfield as of right now: Fabricio Diaz, Ivan Ilic, and Maurice Kjærgaard. All three very solid options. I mean, obviously Ilic is the highest rated, but he is a little bit older and is going to cost substantially more. Fabricio Diaz has been one player that I've had my eye on for a very long time. Kjærgaard has all the technical stats, and it looks very similar to Fabricio Diaz in terms of overall age and in terms of his physical and technical stats as well, but he is taller. But for right now, I think Fabricio Diaz is the player that I'm going to be going with. He has just all of the stats that I'm looking for, and then his technical stats are very solid as well. Obviously, his free kick accuracy, heading accuracy, and crossing aren't the greatest, but as a midfielder, I'm not necessarily looking for those things for him. But as you can see, his attacking skills and his defending skills are both very, very good. He's got great tackling and he's got great finishing going forward. So he's just an all-around great player. So we're going to go ahead and bring him in. And Fabricio Diaz agrees to the offer that we have laid out for him. So he is going to be welcomed to the squad. Fabricio Diaz has agreed his deal and he is now a Brighton and Hove Albion player. Welcome to the squad. And we brought him in for the low price of only 17 million as well. I think that is going to end up being an absolute steal, much like the rest of the signings that we have made. And we get an A rating for that signing as well. That is an excellent, excellent deal. And with that signing of Fabricio Diaz, we now have 5 quality midfielders that we can bring into the team. Andy Diop, Fabricio Diaz, Mahmoud Dahoud, and Pascal Gross. And Carlos Baleba is now the 5th option, which means we could probably let him go out on loan for the rest of the season. And as you can see, he has been approached by Al Hilal, and they want to bring him in on loan. Obviously, they want a loan deal with an option to buy. We don't want that, but we are willing to let him go out for a short loan if they are willing to accept that. So we're going to try to delegate that deal. Al Hilal have said that they are good with a short-term loan offer, so we're going to accept that. Now we have to wait and just see if Carlos Baleba is willing to go there. The transfer window is dwindling down. There's only 2 hours left in the deadline day. It looks like the deal for Carlos Baleba has gone through, and he has agreed to join Al Hilal for the rest of the season on loan. So we will see you back in the summer transfer window, Carlos Baleba. And we are now simulating past transfer deadline day, last hour gone. And we have now gotten to the end of January, and starting February 1st now, we have a game in the FA Cup against Cheltenham Town. Very, very easily should win this game, but let's go ahead and get into this game and let's see how we get on. This is the lineup that Cheltenham are going with in this game. They're running a 5-3-2 formation. I am not familiar with Cheltenham Town at all, so I don't know if this is their strongest lineup, but I'm going to assume that it is since they are playing a Premier League team. And this is the lineup that we're going to be going with. As you can see, we do have Benjamin Sesko and Milos Kerkez starting in this game. A lot of our players are very, very tired. That Chelsea game was only a couple of days ago, but this is the lineup we're going to be going with. Let's go ahead and get a win. Cheltenham Town pushing forward here. A nice pass inside to Keena. Keena inside the Street. Bornau is going to get there to make the block. Street finds the back of the net, and Cheltenham Town have taken a 1-0 lead 10 minutes after this game has started. That was very excellent passing there. The final pass, I mean, it honestly couldn't have been any better. This pass right here, just barely past Bornau. He tries to slide in for it, and Street finds the back of the net, and that is going to be a 1-0 lead for Cheltenham Town 10 minutes into this game. Pascal Gross finds Buonanotte out here on the wing. I'm going to need Sesko to get in a better spot. He finds a pass to Sesko, who takes a shot. The keeper makes a save, and that one get cleared away. Gross inside to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe from the edge of the box takes a shot. I thought he got fouled there. The keeper palms that one out, and it looks like they're going to clear it out. Smith Rowe finds Dahoud, who finds Bino Gittins. Bino Gittins pushing forward here. Going to cut it back, get on his right foot, takes a shot. It's going to get deflected back to him. We're going to look for a pass inside of Dahoud, who finds Pascal Gross. Takes a shot. That one gets deflected as well, but Dahoud ends up with the ball. We have room to run right here. We're going to find Smith Rowe, who goes for the shot, and that one is going to be deflected out for a corner. Pascal Gross here to swing this one in. Can we get to it? We cannot. Dahoud finds Smith Rowe through. Smith Rowe's looking for a pass into Buonanotte, who takes a shot, and Southwood does well again to knock that one out for a corner. Pascal Gross swinging this one in. Can we find Bornau? We do. Southwood makes a save, and that one's going to get cleared off the line. Wow, this game should be tied. Buonanotte looking inside here for Pascal Gross. Pascal Gross to Dahoud. We don't have an option yet. We find Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is going to look for Bino Gittins, who's going to find Benjamin Sesko, who's going to take the shot. It gets deflected. Mahmoud Dahoud's going to go off the volley and try to find the back of the net, but that one gets deflected again. And Cheltenham are able to get away. And the referee is going to blow his whistle for halftime. A very, very eventful first half. We had about 10 shots, I think, but none of them could find the back of the net. The defense for Cheltenham has done very, very well this game. Yeah, and as you can see, we pretty much dominated this game. 60% possession, 2.6 expected goals to their 0.8, but they have a goal and we do not. So let's go back into the second half, and let's try to find a win here. Only as far as Mahmoud Dahoud, who's going to take a shot, fires it off the crossbar. Pascal Gross collects it. Mahmoud Dahoud looking inside for Sesko, who's going to find the bottom right corner, and we finally have our first goal in this game. And Benjamin Sesko has a debut goal, let alone against Cheltenham. You know, not exactly the greatest competition in the world, but it's always good to find your feet in your first game for a new club. And he finds the back of the net, and we are in this game. Bino Gittins out here to Kerkez. Kerkez is going to push forward down this wing. I need Benjamin Sesko to get in a good spot for a cross. We're going to cross it in. It almost reaches Sesko. Finds Buonanotte. That one is cleared out by the defense. Dahoud over here to Pascal Gross. Pascal Gross looking for an option inside. Finds Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe makes a nice turn. Going to look for a pass to Dahoud, but the pass was late, and they cleared that one away. Smith Rowe inside to Dahoud. Dahoud inside to Benjamin Sesko, who's going to find Smith Rowe. He's going to go for a shot first time. I kind of wanted him to go with his right foot there, but that one's going to be cleared away. Cheltenham now on the counterattack. Williams pushing down this left wing. Makes a nice move to get around Veltman momentarily. Finds a pass inside to Keena. Keena's going to get tackled by Igor, and we're going to be able to get away. Smith Rowe out here to Veltman. Veltman doesn't have any options inside just yet. Smith Rowe inside to Buonanotte, who's going to find Pascal Gross, who's going to find a little bit of space to go for a shot, and finds the back of the net with his left foot. Pascal Gross has given us the lead in this game. Pascal Gross receives that ball from Buonanotte. I didn't think I wanted to shoot the ball with his left foot, but he found just a little bit of room to get around the defender and found the back of the net very, very nicely with that left foot, and we now lead 2-1. Keena now pushing forward here for Cheltenham. Is he going to look for a cutback pass? He doesn't. Mercier does well to block that one away, and we're going to be able to get out. Benjamin Sesko finds Bino Gittins out on this wing. Can we get around the defender? We're going to knock this one on just a little bit further. Going to look back inside for Dahoud, and Dahoud finds the back of the net. That is a 3-1 lead now for Brighton. After that first half, I was a little worried I wasn't going to be able to find the back of the net and that this was just going to be one of those days where we can't score. But Bino Gittins finds Dahoud for our third goal of the half. And right after that goal, Mahmoud Dahoud is going to be substituted out for Fabricio Diaz, making his debut for Brighton here in this FA Cup game. Cheltenham now pushing forward on offense. Kirkes does well to not get nutmegged there and gets the ball away. Street inside to Keena, and Keena almost finds the back of the net. Our defense was just kind of letting him take the shot there, but luckily for us, it goes wide. Smith Rowe inside to Buonanotte, inside to Sesko, and Sesko's going to find the back of the net for his second goal of the game right here before full time is up. Smith Rowe did well in midfield to battle for possession of the ball, found a pass to Buonanotte, and Buonanotte found an excellent pass into Benjamin Sesko for his second goal of the game, and I believe Buonanotte's at least second assist of the game as well. Jamie Bino Gittins finds a pass into Smith Rowe. I see someone on the back post, can't get it to him. That one is actually going to be defended very well and knocked away. And I believe the referee is going to blow his whistle for full time right here. 94 minutes gone. We get a 4-1 win here against Cheltenham. It is always nice when you can introduce new players into your squad and they make an instant impact. I mean, I know it was against a little bit of a lower level side in Cheltenham Town, but it's always nice to see players get goals when they first come in. We do now have some youth scout reports back. We're going to look at them. None of them look too impressive so far. Like I said, the potential for me doesn't matter right now. I want to see high potential, but I want to see high overall as well. This guy looks like he could have high overall. We're going to leave him in for just now. It looks like Jude Andrew has high potential, but not high overall. He's only worth 230,000, so I'm going to go ahead and reject him as well. And we're going to reject this guy as well. We're going to leave Theo Houghton in. He's worth 650,000, so we'll see how he gets on. And then we're going to go ahead and take a look at our youth academy as of right now as well. Our highest rated player is a center back in Stanley Wilson. He's up to a 62 overall, which is nice to see, but we want to see a little bit more from our youth scout reports coming back, so hopefully we will find some better players and some higher rated players overall wise soon. And now up next, we do have our game against Tottenham in the Premier League. This is the lineup that they're going to be going with. Son on the left is obviously the player we're worried about the most, but they have a very dangerous lineup through and through. And then this is the lineup that we're going to be going with, pretty much our strongest lineup that we can go out with, but we are going to make some changes in midfield. We are going to go with Andy Diouf and Fabricio Diaz. This is hopefully going to be our midfield moving forward in this career mode. But besides that, pretty much our strongest lineup. We're going to get João Pedro in instead of Sesko. He was still a little bit tired from the last game. It's only been a few days. But let's go ahead and get into this game. João Pedro finds a pass out here to Pedro Neto. We're going to cut back inside, try to find a pass to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's going to find the near post and find ourselves with a 1-0 lead 5 minutes into this game. Let's go, boys. We have been absolutely flying these past couple of episodes. Pedro Neto with a nice turn back inside to Smith Rowe. And Smith Rowe with an excellent finish with his left foot into that near post. Emile Smith Rowe outsmarted him and went near post, and we find ourselves with a 1-0 lead. And Emile Smith Rowe with his 12th goal in 22 games in the Premier League this season. That is absolutely fantastic from your cam. Andy Diouf sees a pass in midfield to João Pedro. We find ourselves with a lot of space. We're going to look across goal for Emile Smith Rowe, who's going to use his left foot again, and that is 2 goals against Tottenham in 13 minutes. I mean, what an excellent pass from João Pedro across goal to Emile Smith Rowe. We have been playing lights out these past couple of games, and we find ourselves with a 2-0 lead after only 15 minutes. Pedro Neto in here to João Pedro. I don't like the angle we're at. We're going to find a pass back to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe's going to go for a shot, and Lloris is going to knock that one away for a corner. Smith Rowe has been in absolutely incredible position so far in this first half. And we're going to swing this ball in with Smith Rowe. Try to find Igor towards the back post. Van de Ven does well to knock that one away. But it does find a Brighton man. It looks like we're going to be called for a free kick and a handball against us, so it will be a goal kick. I was really worried that after that game against Cheltenham that our team was going to be playing at a lower level, seeing as though we had played, a little bit lower competition. But we're absolutely flying so far. Bernardo Silva inside to Danjuma. Danjuma is tackled by Igor, and Igor is able to get that one away. Kirk has helped him out. Tottenham pushing forward down this left wing. Sessegnon Gonna find himself on the touchline. Tariq Lamptey does well momentarily to defend that ball, and we're actually gonna be able to get away eventually. João Pedro finds a pass out here to Pedro Neto, who is in a load of space. Can we find a pass inside to Smith Rowe? We do. We're actually going to go for another shot with his left foot. We try to find that far post this time. Lloris does well to knock that one away. Andy Diouf sees a pass inside to João Pedro. João Pedro's going to try to find that far post, and Lloris is going to knock that one out for another corner. Fabricio Diaz this time going to swing this one in. Can we find someone? We can't, and they're going to clear it away. Bernardo Silva down this right wing makes a nice move inside. Is he going to be able to find one of his teammates for a pass, or is he going to go for a shot? He goes for nothing. Fabricio Diaz does well to knock that one away. They maintain possession of the ball, though. Danjuma, back heel, inside to Spence. Danjuma, back with the ball. Tries to make a move around Lewis Dunk. We're going to clear this one away eventually. Spence with a pass inside to Bernardo Silva, who's going to find Danjuma. Igor's going to get away in this one, and we're going to be able to get away. Spence into Bernardo Silva, and they're actually going to be stopped there. The referee's going to blow his whistle for halftime. A 2-0 lead for Brighton going into the half. This is an excellent place for us to be in. At half, they have 62% possession, but we have 2.7 expected goals to their 0.2, so we are absolutely dominating this game. Kulusevski out on this right wing. Is he going to be able to make it past Kirkez? He does make a nice move and finds Son at the back post. Is he onside? It looks like he is, and that is going to be a 2-1 lead now for Brighton. Kulusevski with an excellent move to get around Kirkez, and then an excellent cross to the back post. Son was in a perfect position to get that one into the back of the net. I thought he was offsides momentarily, but I guess he wasn't. And this game is now only 2-1. Andy Diouf, Fabricio Diaz inside to Pedro Neto, who has a little bit of space. Going to go for a shot with his left foot. Was a little bit too rushed with it and does not find the back of the net. Not even close. Kulusevski with a pass into Lo Celso. In midfield, Lo Celso is going to have a little bit of room to go for a shot. Verbruggen does have to get down to his right to make that save. It will be out for a corner for Tottenham. Tottenham are going to swing this one in. They only find João Pedro, and that one finds a dinger, and we're going to be able to get away. Smith Rowe with a nice pass inside to Pedro Neto, who is in front of his defender. Only the keeper to beat. We're going to go with a finesse shot to that left side, and Pedro Neto finds the back of the net. That is a 3-1 lead. Back again. Tariq Lamptey with the pass inside to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is going to find a pass to Andy Diouf. Andy Diouf's in a good spot to take a shot. Not a bad effort. Hugo Lloris does have to make the save. We're going to try to pass this one inside. It's going to be knocked off Neto, and that will be a goal kick. Solomon with a pass inside to Danjuma, and Danjuma brings it down very well and finds the back of the net. Verbruggen tried to get over to it, but just couldn't. What an excellent cross this was into Danjuma, and Danjuma, I mean, what a touch to bring it down with his chest and then volley it into the back of the net. That is one of the best goals we've had scored against us in this whole career mode. Son out here to Solomon. Solomon has a move inside, finds a pass to Son. Son takes a shot. That one's at Verbruggen, though, and he is able to catch it. Tottenham running out of time to push forward here. They find Son. Son finds a pass over here to Pedro Porro, who is going to be guarded by Lewis Dunk momentarily. They find a pass inside to Danjuma, and Danjuma finds the back of the net. That was just terrible defending by us. And there is just not enough time for either team to go forward left in this game, and the referee is going to blow his whistle for full time. And we blow a 3-1 lead, and we only end up taking 1 point out of here, and Tottenham do as well. Usually I wouldn't be too disappointed by coming out of a game against Tottenham with a draw, but unfortunately with that 3-1 lead, I am pretty disappointed in that result, and that sees us down into 7th place, only getting 1 point from that game. We at least get 1 point out of it, so we are not below Chelsea, and we are not in 8th place, which is where we were stuck in all of last year. This is how the Premier League table is lining up right now. Newcastle and Aston Villa in 1st and 2nd place, which is just absolutely incredible to see. United and Liverpool finishing out the top 4. City in 5th. Arsenal and Brighton in 6th and 7th, and then Chelsea in 8th. Tottenham sitting all the way down in 10th place. They are well behind. And then this is how the bottom of the table is shaping up. And the relegation zone is Leicester City, Norwich, and Brentford. Brentford not having a great season so far this year. And speaking of the relegation zone, we do have a game against Leicester City coming up, so we should be able to find our way to 3 points in this game. But before we do that, I do want to go into the squad stats and show you how the players have gotten on so far this season. So as you can see, our best player by far is Emile Smith Rowe. I mean, 16 goals and 8 assists in 28 games. Absolutely incredible goal scoring record, or goal contribution record. If we didn't sell Evan Ferguson, he would be up there as well, but we did sell him. So now our second leading scorer is Pedro Neto and João Pedro, tied at 7. They are both having fantastic seasons. One thing I did notice that I wanted to show you guys was Lenny Jansen, our former Youth Academy prospect, has gone up in 11 ratings so far in overall, and now is up to a 73 overall on his loan spell to Empoli. So he is having a fantastic loan spell. We might have to bring him back early depending on how much better he gets. But let's go ahead and get into this game against Leicester. This is the lineup they're going to be going with. A pretty solid lineup, but definitely a very, very beatable lineup. And then this is the lineup that we're going to be going with. Pretty much the strongest 11 that we can put out there, and pretty much the same team as last game. So let's go ahead and get into this game. We put a lot of pressure on their back line. Benjamin Sesko finds himself near the touchline. No one to go to just yet. We're going to cross this one over. Almost find Pedro Neto. We're going to head this one down to Smith Rowe. Smith Rowe is going to find Diouf. And Diouf is going to only find a Leicester man, and that one's going to get cleared away. Iheanacho looking for a pass over here to Mavididi. He's making a couple of nice moves. Find a pass to Iheanacho. Bove over here to Grimaldo. Grimaldo being pressured by Kirkez. Able to hold on to the ball. Kirkez back here to Ricardo Pereira, who's going to look for a cross, but that one's going to be cleared out for a corner for Leicester City. And it looks like Leicester are going to swing this one in with Mavididi. He's going to cross it in. We're going to try to clear it away. Diouf gets in the way. Bo finds himself with the ball on the edge of the box. That one gets deflected out, though. We are away. Smith Rowe inside to Sesko. Sesko inside to Andy Diouf. Diouf looking for a pass over here to Adingra, and Adingra finds the back of the net. The goalie has to do better there for Leicester. Sesko inside to Andy Diouf. I appreciate the extra pass and the vision from Andy Diouf, but the shot there from Adingra just isn't that great. It's kind of right at the goalie, and he just kind of ducks out of the way of it. Does not do very well with that at all. We take a 1-0 lead, but it doesn't feel like we should be ahead right now. Finds Pedro Neto back again. We're going to try to cut back, but Thomas does well to knock that one out, but it will be out for a corner for Brighton. Emile Smith Rowe swinging this corner in. We find Benjamin Sesko, and Benjamin Sesko finds the back of the net. The 6'4" giant finds the back of the net for his first headed goal for the club. An excellent cross in by Emile Smith Rowe. I thought the Leicester defender was going to get there before Benjamin Sesko, but he doesn't, and we find the back of the net for a 2-0 lead after about 25 minutes. Mavididi inside to Iheanacho. Iheanacho inside to Bove. Does he have an option to go to? He's going to go back to Ricardo Pereira. We're trying to keep pressure on Bove. He finds a pass over here to Mavididi, who finds Iheanacho, who's going to take a shot, but that was a pretty poor effort, and that one's going to be out for a goal kick. And now Leicester City pushing down this left wing. Thomas doesn't have an option to go into yet. Finds a backheel pass to Mavididi, who's going to go for a cross towards the back post. Kirkez does well to get there before the Leicester City man and clears it away. Booth with a pass inside to Iheanacho. Iheanacho goes back to Thomas. Thomas inside to Iheanacho. Iheanacho to Bove. Bove to Mavididi. Are they going to take a shot? Mavididi makes a nice move inside and finds the back of the net. I mean, we are 3 minutes past the extra time in the first half, and the referee still would not blow his whistle. They went back multiple times, but Mavididi made a nice move inside. There's nothing else you can say about that one, and they find the back of the net. And this game is 2-1 going into half. Smith Rowe with a pass out here to Adingra. I see someone moving towards the back post. Adingra tries to get the cross in. Sesko almost gets to the deflection, but the keeper comes out for it and collects it. Mavididi pushing down this left wing. Does he have an option inside? Not yet. He's going to go for a cross. Kirkez, I believe, is going to get to that one first. We're going to be able to clear this one away. Iheanacho with an excellent pass down this right side to Cannon. Cannon's going to return the favor to Iheanacho. Iheanacho back to Cannon. We move our defender way too far out of the way. Verbruggen does make the save, though, and that will be out for a Leicester corner. And now Leicester swinging this one in with Iheanacho. Veltman's going to get to it first. He knocks it up. It's only going to go as far as the Leicester City man, Iheanacho, Veltman tried to clear it again, and it goes straight to a Leicester City man who heads it to Verbruggen, but who knocks it out for another corner. Leicester take this corner short. Ricardo Pereira into Sutar. Sutar with a header, but it was very, very soft, and Verbruggen catches that one easily. Andy Diouf finds a pass inside to Benjamin Sesko, who has a lot of pace. We're going to go for an early shot, and we're going to find the back of the net from the edge of the box. I saw the keeper moving just a little bit. I think he should have done a little bit better there, though. Andy Diouf with a nice pass into Benjamin Sesko. And Sesko, I mean, like I said, I saw the keeper moving. He was very close to his near post, and I decided to go for the far post. It wasn't exactly toward the far post, though. Kind of in the middle, but again, I think the keeper maybe could have done a little bit better there, but we'll take a 3-1 lead. A little over 85 minutes gone now. Leicester City pushing down this right wing. Cannon with a cross inside to Bove. Bove with a nice header. We're able to keep that in with Kirkez somehow, and Kirkez is going to be able to clear this one away. Wow, what a sequence of events. Leicester City tried pushing forward again, but Diamande did well to get in the interception eventually. We're going to push forward here with Pedro Neto. He's going to find a pass inside to Sesko. Sesko's going to find a pass inside to Diouf. Diouf finds Adingra, and Adingra is going to find the back of the net off of a deflection. The keeper actually ended up saving that initially, but the deflection was right back at Adingra, and we will gladly take that 4-1 win. The passing in this episode has been absolutely incredible. Andy Diouf over to Adingra, and Adingra finds the back of the net. You can't really tell from that angle or from that replay what the deflection did, but the keeper saves it, and it looks like it actually went off of a Leicester City man and into the back of the net. I wonder if that's going to be an own goal. It is listed as an Adingra goal instead. So we will gladly take that goal, and we will gladly take this 4-1 win here at home against Leicester City. Well, after that game, we are still sitting in 7th place. The Premier League this season, much like last season in this career mode, is very, very top-heavy. As you can see, 1st place through 8th place, there is only an 8-point difference. But then once you get past 8th place, there is a 7 points difference between 8th and 9th. 13-point difference between 8th place and 11th place in the Premier League. So even though it may seem like we are having a fantastic season, so is everyone else in the top 8. So it is going to be a very, very tough fight for the top 4. I mean, even just now, if we win our next game, theoretically, we could move into 2nd place, because Manchester United are only 2 points ahead of us in 2nd place. And our next game is against Crystal Palace, who are only sitting on 20 points so far this season. They are currently sitting in 17th place, just outside of the relegation zone. We have had a lot easier games in this episode, and we need to find our way to get 3 points in this game as well, just like we did against Leicester City. And before we get into our final game of the episode against Crystal Palace, I did want to go ahead and show you guys the top scorers and the top assisters in the Premier League so far this season, as well as clean sheets. And as you can see, Emile Smith-Rowe is sitting in 3rd place currently as a top scorer in the Premier League, behind Nicholas Jackson and Erling Haaland of Manchester City. They are both sitting on 16 goals, so we still have a ways to go with Smith-Rowe, but he is at least in the running for top scorer in the Premier League. And then after that, this is the rest of that top list. We do not have anybody in that list besides Pedro Neto down in 25th. He has 7 goals in 21 games. Evan Ferguson has 9 goals through 21 games. He's sitting in 16th, which was our former player, but of course we do not have him anymore. And then as far as assists goes in the Premier League, Emile Smith-Rowe is leading the line over Jack Grealish by 1. And then we have Pedro Neto sitting on 6th and 5th place, as well as Andy Diaz sitting in 7th place, tied for looks like 3rd place with Sanabria as well as Neto. So as you can see, we are definitely a team that loves to share the ball. And then as far as clean sheets goes, Verbruggen is actually tied with Alisson for the lead in this league. He has 7 clean sheets, but Alisson has played a few less games, so he's had a few less opportunities, which makes him 1st place. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this game against Crystal Palace. This is the lineup they're going to be going with. Very interesting that they have Danny Ceballos out on the left side. They still have Ridvan Yilmaz out in left back, which was a player we thought about bringing in instead of Kirkheads, but we couldn't agree a deal with him, so he didn't want to join us, and we will gladly let him stay at Crystal Palace. Ibarrechi Eze in the midfield, obviously their most dangerous player. Very, very terrified of going up against him every time. And this is the lineup that we're going to be going with in this game. Several changes were made from the previous game, mostly in defense and in midfield. We're going to keep Adingra out on the left. He had a fantastic game last game, but let's go ahead and get into this game. And let's get 3 points. It's already difficult to go to Crystal Palace and come away with 3 points, but now you got to add in snowy conditions. So let's see how this game goes. Emile Smith-Rowe finds an excellent pass into Pedro Neto. We're going to take a little bit of a heavy touch, go for a cross. We probably should have just gone for a low pass to Benjamin Sesko, but we can't find the back of the net. Pedro Neto keeping the pressure on. Emile Smith-Rowe can't find the back of the net. That was the best opportunity I think we could have possibly ever had with our leading goal scorer, and he does not find the back of the net. Eze pushing forward, finds his way through the middle of our defense and goes for an outside the foot shot. Oh, and gets that one past Verbruggen here after 16 minutes. I mean, what a player Eze is. I thought we were putting pressure on him with Lewis Dunk, and I thought that would be enough to knock him off from scoring that kind of goal, but I mean, what a finish that is. And we now have a 1-0 deficit to come back from. Pascal Gross with a pass out here to Neto. Neto has Emile Smith-Rowe to go back to. Smith-Rowe's going to find Pedro Neto. We're going to go for a shot, trying to find the back of the net or that far corner. But Sesko is in the way, and that one's going to be called for offsides. Banks finds an excellent pass over here to Teze. He finds Andre Silva inside. We're going to keep the pressure on momentarily. Teze is going to go for a shot. Herkes gets in the way of that one, and eventually it gets cleared away. Benjamin Sesko finds a pass out here to Adingra. Looks like we have a little bit of room to go into. Benjamin Sesko gets the ball back, takes a shot, but it looks like it gets deflected, and Dean Henderson is going to end up with it. Adingra out on the edge of the box here. Gets tackled by Harwood Bellis. We nearly had the option to pass that one inside, but unfortunately we don't, and the referee is going to blow his whistle for halftime, and we are down by 1 going into half. Andre Silva on the edge of the box, holding up play very nicely. Lewis Dunk gets to it. We're actually going to pass this one back to Verbruggen, but we are able to get away eventually. Dahoud with an excellent pass down here to Adingra. I see someone at the back post. We're going to try to cross this one over there, but unfortunately the cross was weak. Smith-Rowe was nearly there, but it's going to be cleared out. Neto on this right wing, looking for a pass inside to Lamptey. Lamptey doesn't have any options. We're going to go back out to Neto. Neto's going to look towards the back post for Sesko, but that one is going to be knocked away. Can we keep the pressure on? It looks like we can momentarily, but they will get that one out. Smith-Rowe finds a pass out here to Adingra. Don't have a lot of options just yet. We're going to look inside for Dahoud, who's going to look inside for Smith-Rowe. Again, not great options. We're going to try to find Sesko, but we just can't get it to him right now, and we can't find the back of the net either. Tariq Lamptey with an interception in midfield, finds Pedro Neto. This time we're going to find Sesko, who's going to try to find Emil Smith-Rowe. We just can't right now. We're going to look across. Oh, we can't find Pedro Neto. It gets deflected back to Dean Henderson. Emil Smith-Rowe finds Adingra off the header. Adingra makes a nice move, and Adingra shoots it past the post. Man, that was a great opportunity and a great run of play right there. And although that was a great run of play, we are going to get those 3 men off. We are going to be bringing on Jimmy Bino Gittins, Enciso, and João Pedro up top to hopefully make a difference and find some goals in this game. Neto inside to Enciso. Enciso in a good spot to take a shot. Outside the foot shot, not a bad effort, but Henderson does palm that away for a Brighton corner. And Pascal Gross in to swing this one in. We see Lewis Dunk at the back post. That one goes off the crossbar. João Pedro gets to it, and that one goes wide of the post. Julio Enciso in a dangerous area. We're going to look all the way inside to Pascal Gross, who's going to try to find a shot past Henderson, but that was an incredible save. Pascal Gross in to swing this one in again. João Pedro this time gets to it, and that one goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. And we're going to find a pass from Bino Gittins into João Pedro, but he's offsides. Damn. Andre Silva with a pass out here to Juan Bernat. He is pushing down this right side. Kirkaz does well to get in the way of that one, and we're able to get away momentarily. We have to push forward for a goal now. Kirkaz does well to get to that one. João Pedro pushing forward now. We have to score a goal here. This is our last opportunity, and the pass, the touch is terrible, and João Pedro can't get past him. And we are going to leave this game with a 1-0 loss here against Crystal Palace. I mean, that is just one of those games again where it seems like we just cannot find the back of the net. I mean, we had so many opportunities. And I think our best opportunity was that Pascal Gross miss. Well, really, Dean Henderson saved it. I mean, that was an incredible reaction save. And we just could not get past them. And that, my friends, is a game that we should have won and that we needed to win. Unfortunately, we could not find our way to 3 points there. If we would have gotten 3 points, we would have actually moved ourselves all the way up into 3rd place as of right now, even though Arsenal have a game in hand. But that would have been the kind of game that changes our season, and unfortunately, it might change our season for the wrong reasons. We lose to Crystal Palace, who are now sitting in 16th place, only on 23 points. And that's just one of those games where we just couldn't find the back of the net. There's nothing else to say about it. We just simply could not find the back of the net, and we find ourselves with 0 points to end off this episode. So that is going to be the end of the episode. I'm going to leave that one here. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please be sure to like the video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, and please be sure to continue to watch the videos. This is an exciting career mode. I'm having a lot of fun with this career mode, and I hope you guys are having fun watching it. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.